Contemplation is that scientific mind. It's like figuring out the problem and solution, and it's associated with things. It's but it's more focused. It's a little bit more focused than ordinary thinking. Concentration is when you're like working on a craft. Like if you guys ever do woodwork or like anything, like you're crafting like something out of love, it has to be enjoyment. Like that's concentration. Like there's something really beneficial about it. I don't know. I don't understand it. I don't understand the emotion, but it's like concentration is this point where it's like it feels good to like really hone your awareness in on like it's very.
It's you're in the same brainwave as hypnosis.
Exactly.
Precisely. Focus, concentration. You're distracting the conscious mind, and your subconscious is completely focused.
Exactly. So yeah. Ordinary thinking.
So then is meditation just a higher distraction of the conscious mind? Or more complete distraction? Okay, I can't meditate. I fall asleep. So I'm asking you guys, what is it? What does meditation feel like? I fall asleep.
I'm thinking of it as like using like an empty pendulum. You know what I mean? Like your breath. It's like neutral, you know. It's kind of like a pendulum.
It's like, well, I don't want to say it like this because it sounds wrong, but like, what do you want when you meditate? Do you want to just be at stillness? Do you want to feel good? Do you want to learn something? Do you want to receive? It's just kind of like, I don't know, having an intention with the meditation, but that in itself kind of defeats it. But I think it's kind of finding a balance between the meditation and concentration. To focus it on something. I don't know. Just kind of rambling.
I think.
Yeah.
Meditation is nothing that we can think of.
Yeah.
Really.
Good answer.
Thank you. It's like, I don't know. It's so weird because, like you said before, there's many different forms of meditation.
Totally.
So it's, what type of meditation are you doing for what purpose?
Right. You could think that like you're making your garden for food later in the season, but like really you're just like getting in the earth and like you're just like zoning into it. Yeah. So it's really about the zoning. That's what is really going on. It's not about like later. You really just want to get in the garden and like stop thinking.
Yeah, like have you ever felt like your mind just can't focus on anything and your eyes just zone out? Or like you're sitting there and someone's talking and you're like, I don't want to pay attention right now, and you just, I think that's the body's call to meditation, because you need to center yourself, I guess, or pull yourself back to whatever it is your body needs, your mind needs.
And that happens, people talk and they like will want to talk your ear off, and it's like, it's draining to me. It's like, so I'll just like, I'll like look at them, I'll make eye contact, but like I won't hear anything they say.
Right.
It's like, it's not by choice. Like I'll hear what I need to hear.
Yeah.
But it's just like, I've gotten to that point where it's like, I've been aware of I've just become aware, and it's like, I don't need to hear all that stuff. It's like, I can only hear the end of the sentence or the end of the question and follow that.
Yeah.
But it's just like automatic. It's not something I put effort into.
Right. The worst part is when they're asking you a question, you're doing that, and then they expect an answer, and you're just like, yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
that suffices.
What?
Yeah, and that happens to all of us.
Yeah.
So, any other comments on that? I mean, you have forms of meditation.
I feel like I'm like in meditation half the day without even trying, because I don't watch TV. I live alone and just quiet. I hardly ever listen to music. Once in a while I want to rock out, but I just, peace and quiet is my favorite noise. My favorite noise is no noise. So not to say that a lot of my time isn't also filled with ordinary thinking or contemplation, but I do feel like I do have a lot of moments of meditation, but it has to be active. If I sit down and do it, I'm gone.
That's kind of nice.
I guess, but it's not like how you do it, where you're in control. I just lose control and I'm asleep.
That's helpful to you though.
That happens to me a lot as well, especially when I first started meditating, because personally when I started meditating was because I was very miserable, and the way I saw it was when I couldn't keep myself awake is my body needs rest. My body it's okay, just fall asleep, because when you sleep your brain is regenerating itself, and your subconscious is doing what it needs to do. Your conscious mind is not there, which is one of the best things that could happen. But when I wanted to stay awake, I would instead of trying to think about nothing, I would focus on what my body felt, and then I would hold that singular thought and follow it. And so that emotion and feeling would have an origin, which is usually a memory of something that happened. And so I'd follow that to the origin of the memory. And then instead of just thinking of the memory and how bad that memory felt, I would see my eyes as cameras, right? And I would experience that whole memory, and I would feel it, but then I would realize that this is a memory. So I'd take that camera out, and zoom back, and then I'd observe myself and the other person I was interacting with that made me feel that way. And then I would sit there and watch it, and then if I could not understand the other person, I would take that camera and I'd put it in their eyes. And I would literally look at myself from that person's eyes as they were saying what they were saying, and it was like, in that, it's so weird saying, but I just understood exactly how they were. I understood exactly why they were behaving that way, and it was in that understanding that I was like, okay, I don't need to feel bad because this person is not trying to hurt me, because most of the time it was a loved one, someone I cared about, and someone that I knew cared about me, but they were just acting on their own trauma. And so then I was able to take that camera out again and I would keep it behind this person and watch the interaction that way. And I would realize that I was behaving irrationally as well. And then once I kind of came to that understanding, I would put the camera back in my eyes and I would embody the person that I currently was. And I would look at that person and I would change the memory. I would sit there and I'd go, I'm sorry. Or I'd say, I understand. Or I wouldn't say anything. I would just stand there in the person that I was and embody the feeling and the vibration that I wanted to. And the coolest thing happened was I didn't try to control the other person, but as I stood there in my own vibration, they would stop. And then they would just look at me, and it was like a mirror. And the feeling then went away because I realized that was the past. And there's nothing you can do to actually change what happened, but you can change entirely how you feel about that.
That's right.
And in that changing, it was like the past actually changed because it didn't matter. And then it was like,
you neutralized it.
Yeah. And then the energy, it was like it just burned off, and then I don't even remember those things anymore.
Yeah.
Because I don't need to.
That's what we do in NLP, but you did it on yourself.
Yeah.
People need to be guided.
Yeah.
It's pretty special to be able to do it on yourself.
It's something I hold pretty close to myself because it saved my life.
Totally.
No, that's kind of what made me realize how important meditating was, and that energy is kind of a physical thing, but it's not physical, and that it's actually held in your body through the memories that you have. And especially negative memories, they will get, and if you don't express them and release that energy, it gets shoved into your body, and your body holds it until you eventually return to it and get rid of it, however. And and through that, you get to choose what energy you then want to replace with it.
Totally.
Because that was once held negatively, but now I want to put love into it, or I want to put forgiveness or understanding or just light, Yeah. That's my favorite thing. It isn't even an emotion. It's just fill it with light and see what happens. And the best things ever have happened from that.
I think you could teach your own class on that.
I would love to. I would love to, but I don't have a magic piece of paper.
You don't need one.
No.
You don't need one.
No. I agree, but I feel like other people would disagree because I don't know.
You just gotta guide people to experience it themselves. That's it.
Well,
yeah,
if
exactly.
you guys would like one, I'd be happy to do it.
Okay, put me on the mailing list.
Great. Well, that concludes it, guys. So, you guys have any comments or anything?
Good job.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
Thanks, man.
I always enjoy
good.
it.
It was just a small group of people that interacted and we got a lot out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Thank you, Jamie.
You're welcome.
Thanks for the nice tea.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
I kept my blood sugar up.
Right?
I don't even know if it has sugar, but I'm just drinking it maybe from.
Yeah, a little bit.
Got enough to
got
keep me from
honey.
crashing.
I have that sugar dependency as well, so
Yeah, like I don't have a lot of sugar with breakfast, and then a couple hours later, I just like tank. So I have to usually have a snack.
I hear you.
All right, well, I'm going to go babysit some toddlers. So my sister can have a date with her husband.
That's so nice.
It's good for me, too. I get a lot out of it. Thank you again. Thanks for the book. One day I'll read it and I'll let you know my thoughts about it.
No rush. I appreciate it.
So I've had school the last 3 weekends. So have you been doing just basically like Law of One type of sessions, or what have I missed, or what can I expect going forward?
Yeah,
I'm trying to round up some other fans of King
I
Jones.
don't know exactly what's coming next.
Okay.
But I definitely am very passionate about Law of One. So
Yeah.
That's what we'll talk about.
Do you ever listen to Nikki Sutton on YouTube? She's great. She's very passionate about Law of One too.
Really?
So she does a lot of things, like explanations like you did, and I love how she explains it. It just makes so much sense. She's just totally winging it.
Right.
Like, she's like, I learned that I can't go off of notes. I just get confused. She's just winging it, but somehow it's like completely logical. Because the Law of One can be tricky for our little 3D minds to grasp completely.
Absolutely,
you need someone to take it down a notch and explain it sometimes.
That's right. Thank you,
All right.
Lisa.
Well, thank you so much for everything. Be here again one day.
Okay, sure.
Be on the mailing list.
I will.
Nice to
I'm
meet
thinking of
you.
actually not doing the events here, actually, some other place, but I'll let you know.
Okay. All right. I mean, this is really convenient for me because I live up the street. But if you change location, just let me know.
Okay, I will.
Yeah.
Jackson, dude. Thanks for coming, bro.
Yeah. I always love these. It's just nice to hear someone talk about stuff that makes sense to me. It's funny because anyone else that I would talk to it about would be like, oh yeah, it's just that crazy stuff, but it's like, it's more logical to me than
anything. Yeah. Me too. Me too, man. So that's what it is. Like, there's gonna be more and more people looking for it.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, speak your truth, bro. Cool.
So what you got going on for this due day?
Actually, I think that